Is brought to you by Wells Fargo. Together, we'll go far. By Les Schwab Tire Centers, where doing it right is what we do best. And by McDonald's. Try McDonald's Angus Third Pounders with 100% juicy Angus beef. It's beefier beefiness. I'm loving it.
And back inside the Rose Garden, where the Trailblazers are 20-13 in the regular season, 23-15 now against the Western Conference. An impressive mark for the Blazers, to be sure. Starting lineups brought to you by Clears, super fast mobile internet. Beno Udrih and Tariq Evans in the backcourt, along with Dante Green and the guy that got in a trade with Houston, Carl Landry. Inside, Spencer Hawes. Trailblazers, Andre Miller, Brandon Roy, Nick Batum, LaMarcus Aldridge, and returning tonight in the middle, Marcus Camby, shaking off the injured ankle to come back and start. Well, it's a 90s night at the Rose Garden as we continue to celebrate the 40th anniversary of this franchise. The team will be wearing their throwback unis, and some of the greats from those 90s teams are in the house. And when we come back, we'll get the keys to the game from Mike Rice and get set to tip it off. Blazers and Kings, first of two meetings in the next 4 days for these two teams.
Insane. So much beef for $3.99. The world's cutting back. He doesn't even know it.
You're the one who's nuts.
New Steakhouse XT burgers from BK. 30% more beef than McDonald's Angus burgers, starting at $3.99. The King's going crazy.
Okay, so every truck is trying to spin, bend, and slice the stats their way. They're claiming the best this, the highest that, the most of something else. Look, here's the most important stat of all. For the 33rd straight year, more people put their hard-earned money on a Ford pickup than any other truck. Ford F-150, Ford Super Duty, best-selling for 33 years.
Get a 2010 F-150 with up to $5,500 cash back. Go to CompareFord.com, then visit your Northwest Ford stores today.
Well, back from a one-game road trip, one quick home game, and then back on the road for two more for the Trailblazers tonight as they take on the Sacramento Kings. Time to get you the Northwest Ford Store's keys to the game. For those, we go to the coach, Mike Rice.
Well, the Kings want to score and score a lot. So if you hold them under 44%, you can win this game. L.A. and Roy, they need a bounce-back game after that Denver game. If they score 40 together, both teams want to score points in the paint tonight.
All right, those are the Northwest Ford Store's keys to the game. And time to get you the Corona Coaches Corner tonight. Dean Demopoulos talking about Sacramento being on the rise and difficult to prepare for.
They're a high-powered offensive group. They play a lot of guys. They've got guys coming back that were injured, like Garcia. And you know, they could score, really score, and 1 through 10, or 1 through 12 can. So we've got our hands full. We've got to be physical with them, and we've got to play our game. Our game is good enough to win most games.
All right, that's the Corona Coaches Corner. Let's listen in on Terry Porter, one of the greats of the 90s, here on 90s Night.
Thank you. Tonight, we're going to go back and celebrate the Blazers teams of the 90s. You know, during that era, although it was a little bit smaller than this, we loved the way you guys supported us. Loved the way you guys greeted our teams every day when we stepped on the floor. Just like you treat this current team, every day they step on the floor and they put out the effort for 48 minutes. And thank you guys so much for all your support throughout the years, and go Blazers!
All right, Terry Porter, who, of course, has moved back to Portland now. He makes this his permanent home, along with a lot of other former Trailblazers. Jerome Kersey in the house tonight, along with him. Bill Walton is here. Should be a fun night as we take a look at the matchup tonight. The numbers comparison, Sacramento allowing 105, and I don't think they get to 101 tonight, their offensive average.
Well, they love to score, and if the Blazers decide they can outscore them, then it will be. Last year, the Blazers averaged 106 against this club, so I think they're going to try to score tonight.
Well, Portland held them to 88 points in the first meeting between these two. Blazers swept the Kings last year in the season series, and of course on Friday night we'll be in Sacramento for the Blazers and Kings. In between that, of course, is a Thursday night game. That'll be a TNT game. We will not have it. Blazers and Golden State Warriors from Oakland. And of course that place has not been kind to Portland in recent years. That's one of the last remaining long losing skids Portland has anywhere, is in Golden State.
And it is long. It is. We all have nightmares about Golden State. But speaking of nightmares, this Tyreke Evans, the rookie, the other night, he called out Nocioni for taking bad shots that led to a Kings home loss. He has become their leader. Usually rookies won't speak out like that, but this young man is something special. It'll be interesting how he goes up against Aldridge Miller tonight.
Well, nice to see Marcus Camby back in there. He sat out the game at Denver, and what a difference he would have made if that ankle would have allowed him to go. As Portland, of course, it was a layup line basically in the first half as Denver built that 21-point lead. Portland starts off looking for Roy here against Evans, who is a load. Now Batum in the corner. Shot clock quickly down to 5. Aldridge catch and shoot. Blazers get the shot they wanted out of it anyway, and Aldridge buries it.
It'll be interesting. The matchup is Roy. He's being checked by Tyreke Evans, but down on the other end, Nicholas Batum takes Tyreke Evans, so there's a change.
Turnover. They thought they had Udrih going back door. Andre Miller now slows it down a bit and finds Brandon. Blazers out in these hardwood classic red road uniforms that we wore them last in Toronto a week and a half ago or so. I think Portland is 2-1 in these jerseys this year.
Yes, 2-1.
Andre Miller through the middle with the left hand, and Roy tipped it. It was on the rim. Offensive interference. So wave it off.
Boy, that's amazing. Brandon Roy getting up that high. Watch him. Holy moly. Brandon's head was way over the bottom of the net, almost up to the rim.
He knew it early as Paul Westphal looks on, and he's done a nice job with this Kings team. Of course, he had him playing very good basketball early, and there's a travel outside by Green. They were one of the surprises in the first couple of months in the season with the way they were playing, not only at home, but they put together some big road wins.
Oh, they sure did. And then, of course, they lost Kevin Martin, and then they traded him, and because he didn't play real well when he came back with Tyreke Evans. So now this is the club, and they wanted Westphal to decide on a starting unit as Roy misses, but he was mixing his units up, and they said let the first unit play more minutes and establish a starting unit. Since then, they've been a much better club on turnovers and scoring.
As here's Evans out top, gets Aldridge to back off, throws the jumper up short, and Camby the one-handed rebound.
Boy, he could have used that the other night, huh?
Oh, yes. Andre in transition. Nobody gets in front of him, and Miller just takes what they give him and lays it in.
I swear Landry is a different performer in the fourth quarter as the rest of the game. Defensively, offensively, he really is a big load in the fourth quarter. Can outscore almost anybody in the NBA in the fourth quarter.
Udrih trying to get some room. They give to Haas for the perimeter jumper. It's well short, but he grabs his own rebound. Shovels it inside, and they maintain possession. Clock reset. Dante Green over Miller, and he hits to give Sacramento its first points.
Well, as you said at the start, he came over in that Ron Artest trade, played at Syracuse, and was a good scorer for the Cuse.
Aldridge, another short jumper over Landry. Of course, Portland knows Carl Landry well from the playoffs last year with Houston, and Well, that was an interesting trade that the two sides made, Kevin Martin and Landry being the principals in the deal.
Well, they just needed more scoring inside, so they took Landry.
That ball batted away by Portland. It kicks back to Sacramento. Dante Green through the middle, couldn't buy the bucket. Camby the rebound, and they nearly turn it over, but it'll be Portland ball after Joe DeRosa has the ball come right into his midsection. Watch Andre Miller on the eyes open up his.
See, he sees what he's going to do, and then he puts it in another gear. He went from slow to a little bit faster. He's never real quick, but
you see him survey the scene so quickly.
He changes speed so well.
Here's Roy, who had the off shooting night in Denver. Hits that one there. And you're not going to see Brandon go 3 of 14 on many nights, and that's what happened against the Nuggets.
You can tell right away he's looking for his shot tonight.
Steal, Miller. He's been active early. Up ahead, Batum running the floor. Gets hit from behind by Haas hard. And Nate McMillan is up off the bench, upset. But Batum didn't bother him, dunked it anyway. And Nate's saying, hey, where's the foul to go along with that bucket? But Portland off to a good start, and Paul Westphal needs an early timeout. Blazers by 8. This is exactly what they needed.
Sir, finding everything okay?
I work for a different insurance company. My auto policy is just getting a little too expensive.
With Progressive, you get the name your price option, so we build a policy to fit your budget.
Wow, the price gun. Wish we had this. We just tell people what to pay.
Yeah, we're the only ones that do.
I love your insurance. Bill? Tom?
Hey, it's an office party.
The freedom to name your price, only from Progressive. Call or click today.
I'm a shrimp blogger. I've traveled the globe to find the perfect prawn. So when I found out Taco Bell had Pacific shrimp tacos with 6 succulent marinated shrimp, I had to try one immediately. The new Pacific shrimp taco, only at Taco Bell.
There's a moment at night when you gotta have fourth meal. Melty, crunchy, spicy, and grilled.
Why will you enjoy doing business with Rasmussen BMW? First of all, Rasmussen people. They work with you to get you the car you want at a price that works for you. And with Rasmussen's best price policy, you'll never have to worry about whether you got the best value possible. It's all part of Rasmussen BMW's legendary buying and ownership experience. Discover the Rasmussen difference. You'll find it only at Southwest Jefferson at 20th and RasmussenBMW.com.
Well, and back here at the Rose Garden, Bill Walton back in the house tonight and getting a standing ovation from the sold-out Rose Garden crowd. He was back earlier in the season and talked of his love for the franchise. Of course, delivering Portland their only NBA championship back in 1977. Well, season ticket holders, the push for the playoffs is on now. Renew now to secure your playoff seats. Deadline is March 16th, 1 week away. Renew online at renew.trailblazers.com and receive a talking LaMarcus Aldridge bobblehead as well. So season ticket holders, now is the time.
I just wonder how many of the current Blazers know what Bill Walton has done for this city in that one championship. And I'm sure Brandon Roy does, being from Seattle and, you know, being a history bluff of.
I guarantee you Paul Westphal knows.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And Bobby Gross is here tonight as well. Jerome Kersey, Terry Porter.
Interesting that they put Nicholas on the point guard. So it's cross matchups. So both teams should be able to run tonight. Right there, they have to find their men. And Udrih ends up with Roy.
Carl Landry took the outside jumper, couldn't hit it. Here is Aldridge inside again. And he's got Landry. 4 minutes gone, opening quarter. Aldridge off balance, hit it. He was falling down onto his backside, and boy, what a big boost it is to Portland when Aldridge gets off to starts like these, and he's been doing it lately.
And 2 of the 3 shots were really difficult shots. But this club's not afraid to score on you.
Haas from behind, blocked by Camby, but a foul call. They say, Sean Wright says, Camby got him on the side of the head. Here's the Aldridge shot a moment ago.
It's not as if the baskets are coming easy. Look at him. I mean, he's fading away. He turned to the side he usually doesn't turn to, back to the middle.
And Haas misses the first.
But as you said in the pregame, MB, Nate McMillan is one of the best bounce-back coaches in the NBA.
Yes.
And he's one of the best on back-to-back games in that second game, getting his team mentally ready to play.
Blazers an NBA best 12-3 in the second of a back-to-back.
And they'll have to
we'll
do
face that on
this
Friday,
week.
yeah.
Yeah, and it'll be this Sacramento team that they're playing against.
Pick and roll, Batum and Aldridge. LaMarcus had Haas in the air, drew some body, not enough. And here come the Kings 3-on-2. Evans to the rim, scores it. Nice move in the open floor by Tariq Evans.
And he's big. He's spinning and twirling at 6'5", every bit as big as Brandon.
Fouls on Landry. And Evans is actually listed at 6'6", 220. And such a mature body for a rookie, as you said.
I think he's got it pretty well locked, the young man from Memphis.
Batum, catch and dunk, and Camby the assist.
Well, Dante Green showed that all that experience at Syracuse was playing a zone. He had to go man-to-man against the man from France. He couldn't do it.
Yeah, they just ran Batum baseline, and Camby gave him the early pass. Here's Landry, double clutches and banks it in. Awkward looking shot, but it fell. Aldridge running the floor looking for the ball. And here's Miller looking to penetrate again. 3 in the key on LaMarcus Aldridge, so Portland turns it over for the second time. Watch Batum, and the key here is the early pass.
Yes, and you could see he went right through Haas's arms to make sure the pass got there in time. He's an excellent top-of-the-key passer, Marcus Camby. And he gets out on there, too. He bothers you with those long arms on the other end. Oh, here's Landry's spot. He loves it here.
Landry goes over Aldridge. Short. The tip-up not good, but the Blazers out-hustled there. Haas hung around and finished it off. So the Kings had an initial shot at the rebound and tip. When that didn't go, Haas picked it up and scored, and now all of a sudden Sacramento only down 5.
Yeah, and they're a great second chance point team.
Blazers trying to go to Camby on a lob from Andre, and here come the Kings. Udrih slipped and almost went down. He goes right to the rim and scores. So Sacramento now there's a bad turnover out of the timeout, and what's worse is Blazers stand and watch as Haas grabs another one and scores. How many times last year we talk about the fact that Portland would jump on a team and then immediately relax and let them right back into it.
Yeah.
And Nate McMillan is seeing that happening here. And what you see are Sacramento points in the paint, which are bringing them back.
Oh. Come on.
Oh, not again.
Oh. Hello? Oh, God. Uh-oh. It wasn't me.
Jerome Kersey and Terry Porter. Chris Dudley around as well.
Blazers got a real talking to by Nate about careless play. They're shooting 70% and only winning by 1.
Roy misses the fadeaway, and here come the Kings back now with a ton of confidence and running the floor, and another easy opportunity. And this is one of those situations where the Blazers talk so much about taking an opponent they should get off to good leads on and do, and then immediately stepping back and allowing them to come back in, and all of a sudden their confidence grows and you got a ball game.
Yeah, what you have to do against this team, you can't let them miss shots because they are so good at second chance points and offensive rebounds. They're in the top 5 in the NBA in both categories. So they may not shoot it well, but they work hard in scoring a lot of different ways. So Blazers, if they stand around, and the one time Camby, he's used to taking the ball out of bounds and really pushing it up when he was with Denver. He does it here, and the guards just aren't ready to catch him and take it up court at an up-tempo pace.
Miller pick and pop with Aldridge. There's the long two by LaMarcus. This one off the mark. And the rebound picked up by Udrih, and now Sacramento has something cooking in the fast break. Udrih up and under. Rudy blocks it, but there is Landry down low. Double clutches and scores. Blazers again beaten to a loose ball, and it costs them another bucket.
Boy, and
Miller gets Udrih in the air. Didn't hit the bucket, but he will shoot free throws.
he can do that with Udrih all night long. The Blazers, they won't do it every time down, but they'll make sure. And Udrih does the same thing as you see Rudy come over. Great help out. Blazers not ready to get the loose ball in the middle. Boy, and Landry he'll add to this club's scoring because he can score in the paint off the post moves. They get fast breaks and points in the paint, and they get second chance points, but they didn't really have a post-up guy. That's why they gave up their guard to get Kevin Martin to get the big guy Landry.
Well, Blazer assistant coach Caleb Canales wanted us to give a birthday shout out to Robert Mitskiti, watching us in Austin, Texas tonight. Big Blazer fan and a big fan of Mr. Canales. So Robert, happy birthday. As we're tied at 16, 4.5 minutes left. Opening quarter is Francisco Garcia in there for the Kings. Rudy defending him.
And Rudy's doing the job. He's not a point guard, Garcia, so he's out pressuring them, making them start their offense way out.
Udrih crosses over on Miller, throws it up and hits it. So Beno Udrih had a good ball game the first time these teams played. But of course, that was a long time ago, and Sacramento, a much different team now. Udrih had 17 in that first meeting.
And that was excellent. That's the best defense the Blazers have played in 2 games. And Udrih just threw up a kind of a clutch, and he can score on shots like that, but they made him shoot a tough one.
Rudy out to Camby behind the back. Marcus double clutches and throws it up long. So Portland all of a sudden cold. Blazers had 10 points on the board in the first 2.5 minutes of the game, and now everything is slowed way down. Roy the rebound off the miss.
Well, they took Nicholas out, and now Roy has to check Tyreke Evans, so it'll take a little energy there.
Miller inside, dropped out of bounds. Blazer turnover number 4. Dante Cunningham will check in. Jared Bayless will check in for the Blazers.
Well, the Blazers substituting a lot and early, so Nate doesn't like what he is seeing out there right now, so he's putting in. And of course, the Blazers have had a kind of a day's rest, so the starters shouldn't be too tired.
This is 16-4 Sacramento run. Make it a 19-4 Sacramento run.
Once again, Bayless backing off Udrih, and the scouting report says don't leave that guy. He's got a great outside shot. Bayless.
Rudy to get it back. That's short and off the mark. Juwan Howard is fouled by Landry. No, they're going to call Juwan Howard.
He was pushing Juwan, and then Juwan kind of threw his body down. The referee saw the second action. This will be interesting.
Udrih spins on Cunningham. Open 3 for Garcia. Wouldn't take it.
Nice defense by Rudy, getting out and not going off his feet. Ooh.
Which is too easy what Sacramento's doing now.
Yeah.
And if you turn the game on and watch for a couple of minutes and turned it off and then turned it back on, you wouldn't believe what's going on. Bayless to the middle, throws it up short. Rebound Udrih.
I think now they got to introduce everyone to Brandon Roy. They've got to get him into the action.
Dante Green missed the shot. That's the thing about it is Sacramento not shooting a terribly high percentage. Bayless. Fill the lane is Cunningham. Roy scoops it up. It's like the Blazers really came out trying to blitz the Kings, and when they got little resistance, they lost interest.
And this is the tempo that the Kings like, and they like to penetrate and do that right there. Kick it back.
3 around and out by Dante Green.
Blazers are pushing it probably more than I've seen them in at least a month.
Rudy on the angle goes inside to Howard. Juwan got Haas in the air, tried to finish at the rim with a dunk. Still got it in with the left hand and a strong offensive move for Juwan.
Yeah, you want to show Hawes the ball. He's a shot blocker. And
a flop to the floor by Landry earns the whistle, and Dante Cunningham goes at David Guthrie a little bit. Here's Howard a moment ago.
Show him a little, show him a ball fake. Those guys that like to block shots will go for it every time.
Landry at the rim, got right around Cunningham. They spread the floor out, had Landry basically in the middle against Dante Cunningham, and he scored easily.
Nice out-of-bounds play. They run everyone to the other side of the court and leave, as you said, MB, Landry all by himself with his defender.
Here's Roy down the left side with the left hand.
And that's what they got to do. And Roy is looking to be aggressive, so when he does that, get him the ball. He hasn't had an opportunity to score on no one that can check him.
Over the top to Landry. Another easy bucket. Another bucket in the paint for the Kings. That's already 16 points in the paint.
Yeah, they average 46, but they give up 46. So, you know, Roy can take this guy right here.
Juwan Howard misses the shot. Rudy hangs around and gets the offensive board. The cutter is Howard, and he's fouled by Hawes. Here's Roy. It was almost like he was surprised how open that left side was when he turned the corner.
Yeah. They don't have shot blockers. Hawes is busy checking Juwan Howard out by the foul line. So you can penetrate on them. And they're not a difficult team to come back on, especially when they're playing on the road. But they'll continue to score now. They can score. You just have to score with them.
Jason Thompson in and Tariq Evans back in. As Portland started the game 5 of 6. Meanwhile, Sacramento was 1 of 5. You want to know what's happened since then?
Not really, but go ahead.
Kings 11 for 19 cents. Blazers 5 of 14.
Oh.
Howard missed the second. Roy rips the rebound away from Thompson. Jason Thompson just got looking up the floor, and Roy stepped in and took advantage. Now Brandon has Thompson. Wants to go on him. Up and under move. Goes glass. Missed it. Cunningham tips it in along with Roy. Who are they going to give it to? Brandon.
Yeah, and Brandon once again getting the second chance points. And you wouldn't even know, but since Brandon's the all-star, that's who they're going to give that tip to. But he's one of the better guards, number 2 in the NBA, second chance points for guards, so he'll do that.
Blazers do not have a foul to give. Evans just goes baseline. Blazers switch Roy and Cunningham. And Brandon with it, 4 seconds. Roy got to go up with a 3. No, he spots Rudy underneath, and he tries to go over his head and nearly hit it. But the Sacramento Kings got a wake-up call quickly in this ball game. Portland jumped out to a 10-point lead right off the bat. Blazers then fell asleep a bit, and the Kings able to bounce back, and they take a lead heading to the second quarter by 4.
I'm Mark, and this is my wife, Donna. 2 new Toyotas. That's what we're looking at for this weekend.
Your loyalty has helped make us the #1 car brand in America. So we're offering you our biggest thank you ever. Right now, you can get some of our best deals. See your Toyota dealer and get 0% APR financing for an amazing 60 months on 8 of your favorite Toyota models. Or choose $2,500 cash back on the new 2010 Tundra.
This is not more benefits at greater cost to your company insurance. This is not how does it fit in my company's budget insurance. This is help protect and care for your employees at no cost to your company insurance. With Aflac, your employees pay only for the coverage they want or need, and the cost to you, nothing at all. If all you know about us is Aflac, then you don't know quack. To find out why more businesses provide Aflac, visit getquack.com.
Pacific Office Automation, the West's #1 office technology dealer. Over 30 years of award-winning sales, service, and customer support, featuring the most respected names in state-of-the-art office technology. Whether your company is small or large, Pacific Office Automation is the name to trust for all your document imaging needs. Locally owned, nationally recognized, the one name to remember, Pacific Office Automation.
Available at Miller Paint. Miller Paint. Your color, our paint.
Well, a 21-4 Sacramento run midway through that quarter gives them the 4-point lead as we head to the second. Pet Appreciation Night presented by Banfield. The Pet Hospital is this Sunday as the Blazers take on Toronto. Come early, take part in some fun pet-themed festivities. A portion of every ticket sold will also benefit the Oregon Humane Society. 797-9600 or trailblazers.com. Take a look at the quick stats after one. As Garcia to the middle, hands it off Landry, a short jumper, well short. And the rebound, Martell Webster, who's in the ball game for Portland.
Well, Portland has really substituted a lot more. They only used 6 men in that first quarter. Jason Thompson coming in right at the end. Of course, he was out 5 games with a bad back, and he's just back. Garcia came. He was the 6th guy that played.
Martell nearly got the bucket, did get the foul. Martell wearing some shiny metallic Nikes this evening. The red and silver trim there. Those are nice looking shoes.
Yeah.
A little shinier.
You design it and they'll wear it. That's for sure.
And hits the first. Martell has been an Adidas guy. And then I think that contract ran out and he was searching around a little bit wearing the Nikes this year.
Boy, they are nice looking Nikes that he has on too. I like those.
And hit a pair.
Well, that's good. That's a good sign right there. Blazers will claw away. They've got LaMarcus back in that Brandon Roy went out, so they're not going to, since they're behind, they're going to make sure both leading scorers are in one at a time.
Thompson skips it out. Garcia. They swing it back to Evans for a long 2. It's off the mark. Thompson nearly had a chance at it, but missed the putback.
I think Nate got to him a little bit. Their defense looks much better.
Offensive rebound blocked. The putback by Howard, and here come the Kings.
It'll be interesting to see if Bayless gets into foul trouble checking Tyreek Evans.
Thompson puts it on the floor against Aldridge and knocked it away. Bayless and Webster run the break. Back to Martell with the left hand. He scores.
That was excellent because Rudy was probably open a little bit more, but he didn't fill the lane. He started fading back towards the three-point line. Martell stayed in tight. That was a tough pass and a good pass.
Well, Garrett Temple, rookie out of LSU, is in there for Sacramento. I thought we'd see Omri Caspi at this point, but we haven't yet. He's active tonight. He didn't play in their last game just because of hitting that rookie wall, and the wall that we see a lot of European players hit in their first year in the NBA. We certainly saw Rudy hit it as Martell scores with the left. But Caspi, he is active tonight. First Israeli player, of course, ever to play in the NBA. And
I saw Israelis.
Thought we'd have seen him by now, but maybe he's not going to play tonight.
Well, yeah, they said he probably needs more than one game. He wanted to dress.
Up ahead, Rudy running the floor, goes left and scores it reverse style, and he's fouled. Got hit in the face, and Joe DeRosa saw everything.
Rudy gets whacked occasionally.
And he'll let you know it, too.
Yeah.
As Spencer Haas going to come back in. Blazers looking for opportunities in the open court. Take a look at Thompson right there across the rake of the eyes, as they call it in the wrestling world, Coach.
Right. And Wheels would know
yes, he would.
A great deal about that.
And Rudy, who's 88% on the season, misses the free throw.
And that might have been a good wake-up call for the Blazers.
Bayless grabs the rebound off the Garcia miss. Portland looking to run out again. Martell down to Aldridge. Boy, he had a quick look and didn't go. They double him now. Jawan back to Bayless. Shot clock down to 10.
That's when Rudy should have penetrated. They had him all off balance.
And that's doing Spencer Haas a favor to take the outside shot over him. Bayless can go right by him.
Yeah, but they were all packed in that middle, and they are doing a little better job the last 15 games. It's down to 97 a game, so their defense, since they stopped substituting so much, the defense has improved a little bit. And that was a prime example, giving an outside shot rather than inside.
A nice drive by Garrett Temple, the rookie, who's taken that baseline and scoring. John Brockman, Joey Dorsey, those are the inactives tonight for the Kings.
Yeah, Brockman's injured, otherwise he'd be dressed.
Yeah.
See, the Blazers aren't executing real well, getting that pick. Guys running off the pick. Bayless just ran down the middle and didn't get the pick.
And you see Sacramento single covering Aldridge. He kicks it back to Rudy, lets traffic clear, and hits the three. He's been red hot as of late, as Rudy at Denver was 4 of 4 from behind the three-point line and connects on his first here.
Well, that's where the Kings make a mistake. You don't really have to double team anybody, even LaMarcus, and they did, and that left Rudy open.
Garcia through the middle, hands to Thompson, been in that key a long time. And there's the three in the key call. And Andre Miller going to check back in for Portland, but the bench unit doing its job, led by Rudy Fernandez, getting the early minutes tonight and connecting from downtown.
Frost brewed Coors Light. How cold is it? It's chilled down to 34 degrees. For a taste as cold as the Rockies. It's aged cold. It's filtered cold. And it's served in cans, bottles, and glasses that tell you when it's cold. Why? Because refreshment isn't everything. It's the only thing. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Coming up on Comcast Sportsnet.
Sunday, March 14th at 6 p.m. against Jarrett Jack and the Toronto Raptors. Friday, March 19th at 7 p.m. against Al Thornton and the Washington Wizards. Catch all this and more on Comcast Sportsnet. Your home for the Portland Trailblazers.
Game on.
We have 2 words for our customers. Thank you. Because for the 5th straight year, more people have chosen to buy at Landmark than at any other Ford store in the entire Northwest. And it's our commitment to continue offering great service and exceptional prices, like F-150s for less than $17,000. Escape 4x4s under $22,000. Even Lincoln MKZ all-wheel drives below $35,000 at Landmark Ford Lincoln Mercury in Tigard. We're just off I-5 at the Haines Street exit.
Well, stats pretty even so far in this ball game, and so is the score. Blazers led it early by 10, but their lead is 1 right now. 8:22 left, first half. Tonight's steal of the game guarantees you to first access to available season tickets for next year, 2010-2011. Call now and sign up to be next in line. Not only will you have first access to season tickets, but you also get 10% off all merchandise at the fan shop for the remainder of this season, and you get 2 300 level tickets to an upcoming game. All this for $99. Only 100 packages are available tonight. So call 503-797-9600 or visit trailblazers.com. Talk about the Blazer bench giving the team a boost.
Well, you know, the bench they put him in there and they believe in him. But I look at Nicholas Batum. The game plan is for him to check Tyreke Evans, all right? So he goes out right away after 5 minutes. He's 2 for 2. And the whole game plan changes. Now Brandon Roy goes over to Tyreke. And I'm sure they didn't really work on that because they worked on Nicholas checking him. So, you know, Nicholas minutes.
It's a little, tonight I noticed it's a little like last season.
Yes.
Where Nicholas would start, play about 5 minutes, look pretty good, then be gone the rest of the night. Aldridge jump hook. Ball loose as Miller continues his offensive rebounding ways, at least as far as looking for it. Nearly got it.
They've been out-rebounded 7 times in the last 9 games, the Kings, but they're doing very well rebounding tonight.
Andre went down. Rebound claimed by Rudy. Here comes Webster. And Martell hands it off to Fernandez. He and Garcia got mixed up top, and now Howard holds. Juwan puts the moves on Haas, up and under, drops it to Aldridge, double clutches, missed the shot. Rebound kick picked up by Thompson. Or by Landry, excuse me.
Well, Blazers aren't taking advantage. They're trying to get the ball in to score in the paint, but there's not a lot of great offensive moves going on by the Blazers.
Up ahead, dangerous pass. Webster claims it, throws up a wild shot and hit it off the glass.
Well, Andre Miller really is playing like he'd like to play. Get the ball up court, make the other team, if they're slow. And this Kings team, not the greatest at getting back and stopping a fast break or secondary fast break.
And one reason we haven't seen Nick Batum back in is Martell Webster off to a nice start.
Right.
Landry knew he missed that one, tried to charge after it, but the rebound taken by Howard.
And see what the Kings did? They're a great offensive rebounding team, but what'd they do? Run back on defense, because the Blazers are starting to really run, and that takes a rebounding team right out of their game.
Martell, long two, hit it.
And there's one reason Nicholas can't get back in the game.
That's right.
Because when Martell gets it going, he gets it going.
That's a 13-4 Blazer run.
And it's all the second unit except L.A.
Wide open three by Garrett Temple, the rookie. Well off the mark. Look at Howard running the floor, and he jams with the right hand.
That's because their guards are going up court. Temple didn't get back to help his big guys out.
Evans scoops it up. No. Temple blocked by Howard and a foul call. 5:55 left opening half. Trailblazers leading it by 7, and this unit's done a nice job. Well, the Pacific, a 10-part mini-series event premieres March 14th at 9 p.m. on HBO. Let's take a sneak peek right now.
There are things men can do to one another, things that are sobering to the soul.
Japanese are in the process of taking half of the world. Here's what they are not expecting. United States Marine Corps. Here we go, boys! You make the difference between the freedom of the world and its enslavement.
History is full of wars fought for 100 reasons. But this war, our war, I have to believe that it's all worthwhile because our cause is just.
What if you won? What would you do to something small like pay the mortgage for your best friend's room?
Thanks.
Would you save the woodland badger from becoming extinct, or adopt all the puppies in the county? Love. Take a retirement center on a month-long cruise, or hop a plane to Paris and buy all their shoes.
Expensive.
Lottery games are based on chance and should be played for entertainment only, not investment purposes.
Well, been about defense so far in the quarter for Portland. Blazers holding Sacramento to 2 of 10 shooting. Portland, meanwhile, 6 of 11 and rebuilding that lead as we check into that steal of the game again. First access to available season tickets for next year. If you call now and sign up to be next in line, not only will you have first access to tickets, you also get 10% off all merchandise for the remainder of this season at the fan shop, and 2 300-level tickets to an upcoming game. All this for $99. 797-9600 or visit trailblazers.com right now to order. Watch Juwan Howard run the floor here.
Well, they know that Big Haas is hitting the offensive board with Landry, and if the Blazers can get the defensive rebound, and Andre Miller will get it out, and you can see the big guys, the guards for Sacramento aren't getting back to help the big guys at all, and that was Temple. That was really a rookie mistake by Temple. He went up court and he left his big guys wide open. You don't do that in the NBA. You take away the fast break first, then get back out on your man.
Well, Temple obviously getting at least some of the minutes that Omri Caspi would be getting. Omri Caspi is in, as he just has checked in for the first time. Thought perhaps we weren't going to see him tonight. They had talked about sitting him for this game after sitting him for their last game. They lost to Oklahoma City, but here he is.
Well, Temple played with the Rockets for about 10 games, and then he played most of the games at the D-League level.
But a good-looking rookie.
Yeah, he can score. He just doesn't get back on defense really.
Well, that's an acquired taste. Aldridge short on the jumper. LaMarcus had that red-hot start, 3 of 3. He's now missed 5 straight.
Boy, and that was a perfect one. That's what he wants right there. He was long and just looked right over the man.
Temple threw it away, trying to get Landry in the post. The Blazers never touched it. Marcus Camby back in, and Juwan Howard will get a chance to sit down. And no, that's it. No, they're not going to let Camby in yet. Howard's got to stay in. As Portland led early by 10, Kings bounced right back with a 21-4 run to take a 7-point lead. And now the Blazers starting to rebuild that lead again with 5:20 left here in the first half.
Now they got to get Brandon involved against Tyreek. Tyreek doesn't love to play defense.
They try to post up Andre Miller on Udrih, and Udrih picks up the foul. Second on Udrih.
Yeah, I like that equally as well. They put Brandon on the same side as Andre Miller, and they worked a two-man game. So if they help off of Brandon Roy to double Andre Miller, that'll leave Brandon wide open. So nice setup by the Blazers.
Here's Aldridge against Landry. Marcus goes on him inside. The little jump hook is off. That's 6 straight misses for Aldridge following the quick start.
Boy, and the last 2 have been his type of shots.
Yeah. Landry again well away from the hoop as Nate McMillan will go back to Nick Batum next dead ball. Caspi. Oh, Webster went high to block it. Well, Martell Webster, when he's hits his first shot attempt, everything starts happening. Rebounds, block shots. Roy, baseline around Udrih, took a hard bump. Ball tipped up near the rim. Brandon tried to save it, but Haas grabs it. Good hustle by Spencer Haas.
Never a great scorer at the University of Washington, but he's turned into a very adequate center.
Boy, Evans strong down the middle. Just put his head down, tucked that ball like a tailback.
Boy, he dips that left shoulder and goes right to the hoop.
Got away with a little bit of having the arm out. Boy, Roy got bumped by Udrih on that last drive. Bano with the 2 fouls. Martell for 3 short. Aldridge tips it to himself, and Portland a new 24.
If Martell would have made that, he might have stayed in the game because.
Now Batum wouldn't let him. Brandon to the middle. Tough hit by Roy as he just backed Udrih down. 10 for Brandon now, first player in the game into double figures. Look at the points in the paint now tied at 24.
Yeah, we said they give up and they get.
Udrih open 2, top of the key. That's a layup for him.
Oh yeah, he comes off that pick. Usually it's a curl closer to the basket, but he does it out almost by the 3-point line. You got to defend him there. He can score.
Miller backing Udrih now. There's the 3rd foul on Udrih. He's got to come out. He doesn't like it.
Oh, he fouled.
He found Brandon a couple of plays ago. What was it called? Webster out, Batum back in. Here's Roy trying to work on Udrih. Over the outstretched arm of Spencer Haas.
Yeah, Joe DeRosa's telling Udrih, now, you're a good player, but you're up against a guy that's he led the NBA in assists one year, and you know I have to give him his due. Sure.
So Udrih goes down, and Dominic McGuire checks in for the first time. Came over in the trade with Washington.
Yeah, they're trying to get a little deeper into their bench. Nocioni was suspended for a couple of games, and he got in an argument with Tariq Evans, so we haven't seen him at all. And
that's fine.
Yeah, he's one of those guys who can score.
You know, he can lay a little wood, too.
Yeah, or he can shoot him right out of a game.
Here's Landry against Aldridge. 3 minutes left first half. Omri Caspi looking for his first offensive action, trying to post up Miller. McGuire pick and roll, threw it away. Batum scoops it up for Portland. Andre Miller got whacked on the top of the head, and now he's going to set the offense.
You can believe he won't go out.
No, he didn't do that. Here's Roy. Crossing over using Aldridge about 3 times in a pick situation. Shot clock at 5 over McGuire. Off the mark. Rebound Camby.
Boy, Camby with his length really gets up.
Miller trying to get Batum to go back door. King sniffed that out.
I like this. He'll go on Landry. Back him up and shoot him.
But the Kings bring 3 other players over to help out. Brandon finds the open man Aldridge. There's Camby, 10-foot baseline jumper, and that's around and in.
Very good. Nice pass by L.A. because L.A. could have shot the ball, but he knows he's missed 6 in a row.
3rd assist for Aldridge. These teams will meet again Friday night in Sacramento.
This is an important last 2 minutes for the Blazers.
Haas for 3. Rattled out. Aldridge tipped the rebound to himself, and here comes Miller.
Well, look at Miller looking to pass it up.
Camby got some respect from Haas that time. Now Aldridge. Working Landry. Faked the baseline move. Couldn't hit it. Rebound tipped by Miller out of bounds. Be Sacramento ball. Well, LaMarcus upset it himself. He's missed 7 straight. Following that 3-for-3 start when he was, I don't even think he hit the rim. Everything was perfect. Then a struggle since then. 7-point lead.
Hey, I'm Greg Oden, and that right there, that's Portland, Oregon. It's a beautiful city. I love it to death. But it's very different from the places that I grew up. And there's just some things I just haven't figured out yet. So, I had an idea. I'm going on a mission. I'm bringing cameras with me. I'm going to find out what makes Portland so unique. So be on the lookout, Portland, because here I come. Go to trailblazers.com and check out my next episode.
Okay, so every truck is trying to spin, bend, and slice the stats their way. They're claiming the best this, the highest that, the most of something else. Look, here's the most important stat of all. For the 33rd straight year, more people put their hard-earned money on a Ford pickup than any other truck. Ford F-150, Ford Super Duty, best-selling for 33 years.
Get a 2010 F-150 with up to $5,500 cash back. Go to CompareFord.com, then visit your Northwest Ford stores today.
Began with 600 applicants. We put them through 14 grueling mental and physical competitions, eliminating one each week to give us one ultimate adventure host. Who has what it takes? Tune in to find out who stays and who's asked to take a hike. If you happen to miss the premiere episode of Wanted Adventure Host, make sure to catch an encore presentation throughout the week on Comcast Sportsnet.
Bob Camby and Michael Holton in the home court studios. The McDonald's halftime report is coming up. This one a little tougher than you would have thought. Both teams active, attacking the basket in the painted area.
Yeah, both teams want to get easy baskets. That's the key to success. But Juwan Howard on this play takes a page out of LaMarcus Aldridge's book. Post flyer running rim to rim. There's no defense for a big man that can go rim to rim with good acceleration.
7-point game as we get close to halftime. Let's get you back courtside to Mike Barrett and Mike Rice.
All right, thanks, guys. More from Bob and Michael coming up at halftime from our Rose Garden studios. 105th consecutive sellout here at the Rose Garden tonight. Blazer bench doing a job led by Juwan Howard. The all-time series record dominated by Portland between these two teams. In Portland, Blazers and Kings all-time, 73-16 Portland.
Yeah.
But since 2001, the Blazers have let up a little on that because before 2001, it was 62-9 all-time in Portland.
Yeah, that's when the Blazers really dominated the Kings.
Tariq Evans. Camby tried to block. I think Aldridge will get the foul. Yes, he will.
Well, we said Tariq Evans does get to the foul line. He's number 4 in free throws attempted for all guards. He's attempted over 385 free throws. So he can dip the shoulder as big as he is, and he just muscles into the middle. And he's big enough not to get his shot blocked all the time. Now, if you look at what the Blazers have done on defense this quarter, Kings only have 2 assists and 4 field goals in this quarter. So the defense has tightened up, and that all started with the second unit and Camby coming back in the game, and Juwan Howard doing a lot of good work defensively.
Evans makes 1 of 2. By the way, Andre Miller has gone to the Blazer locker room. He got poked in the right eye and could not get it straightened out in the timeout, so he's just gone in early. Here's Batum with 3 at the angle, and he bangs it home.
Nice pass immediately by Camby. Camby was half open, but he knew Nicholas is on a real hot streak with three-pointers.
45% for the season. Dominic McGuire, baseline jumper. Camby with Haas all over him, grabs the rebound. Rudy up ahead. LaMarcus running the floor, lays it in, and he's fouled.
Now that is a great pass by Rudy. Rudy looked for the big guy the whole way. Camby gets it out to Fernandez around half court, and that is how big guys get rewarded for running the court. Nice fast break by the Blazers.
And a nice catch, and then a good athletic move for LaMarcus. Put it on the floor once so he wouldn't travel, spun to the rim, took the hit, and finished it. Juwan Howard. Juwan doesn't do anything without a smile on his face, and he's always got an awkward way of coming in, brings his shirt in.
Well, you got to like Joe DeRosa kind of smiled at him. They don't want Camby picking up a third foul. Although, 36 seconds. But anything, you never can tell. Blazers in that last minute and a half we talked about really opened the lead up to 12.
Well, and that was last two possessions. Portland's got 6 points, so it's gone from 6 to 12 in 2 possessions right before the half. That's a nice time for that. Haas, baseline pass. Landry, nice move at the rim. Shot clock is off. Blazers can hold for a final look.
That's who you want to have the ball, Landry, in that situation. Boy, he is strong. And he'll take you up with him.
The Rockets let him go. He was such a big part of everything they did.
Yeah.
Roy out to Rudy. Step back three, off the mark, and that'll do it for the first half. Halftime leads last year for the Trailblazers at home. Slam the door. Game over. This year, Blazers haven't had some great second halves, so this one far from over.
Yeah.
But Blazers a 10-point lead at the half after grabbing that quick 10-point lead in this game. 52-42, Blazers on top. Bob Camby and Michael Holton coming up next from our studios.
You're ready for the big game? Is your TV ready to play? Come to Standard TV and Appliance with a huge selection of HD TVs and more at the lowest prices. The best brands, Sony, Samsung. Get the thrill of 3D TV now at Standard with a 60-inch 3D ready Mitsubishi 1080p for just $9.99. Take it from me, Bill Shanley. For the best prices on electronics, appliances, and more, hurry into Standard TV and Appliance. Welcome to the McDonald's Halftime Report.
52-42, Trailblazers with the lead at the half. Welcome into the McDonald's Halftime Report. I am Bob Camby, and this is Michael Holden. And the Trailblazers had a little speed bump there in the early going, but have regrouped and appear to be playing their game now up 10 at the break.
Yeah, Sacramento's not cooperating with laying down for the Portland Trailblazers. They're attacking the Trailblazers inside out, and the Trailblazers are going to have to turn up the dial in the second half.
And, Blazers jumped out to that early lead. Things looked pretty smooth, but Sacramento did what you think about. They're coming after you inside, and interior defense was an issue.
Yeah, Paul Westphal said it before the game in the pregame show that his team is instructed to play inside out, to try to score in the paint, to collapse your defense. Carl Landry goes right to the front of that little baby arc and gets a bucket while he's falling on his backside. And Tyreke Evans, strong, gets to the rim off the window, not just once, but he comes back into the lane. Using the bounce and his strength, he can finish in the rim, and that's something the Trailblazers are going to have to address to get more separation.
And the paint points actually are now even 26-26. The Blazers really didn't, I think, just spent a little more effort getting their own offense going in the paint, didn't worry as much, and then got Sacramento to back off a little bit.
Yeah, the key to this thing is going to be controlling the paint from a defensive standpoint and making the Kings play over the top.
Brandon Roy, we expected him to get a lot of looks early in the game. He actually did not, but it was when Brandon attacked the basket a little more, but the Blazers stopped the bleeding. He was 4 of 7 in the first quarter, but didn't take the first few shots.
Well, a steady dose of Roy is a good thing for the Trailblazers, that's for sure. He gets a steal, and now whenever he gets to the top of the floor, he can rock you on his heels and create any shot that he likes. But it's the utility baskets around the rim that sometimes create the separation. When he goes left hand over the top, you know Brandon Roy is feeling bouncy. And I like the step through here, the power post up. Udrih. On your heels. Brandon Roy showing power and strength.
You had to stop and admire that.
Yeah,
a little bit, didn't you? Brandon at the half now, 10 points, 5 of 10 from the field. It was those 2 baskets after Sac opened the 7-point lead that stopped the bleeding, got the Blazers back on the right track. Now, the Trailblazer bench winning the battle of the bench tonight, and what is becoming a common theme these last few games, Rudy Fernandez active the minute he comes in the game.
Yeah, well, Rudy's an energy player, and when energy gets released, you're going to have good things that happen. Martell Webster also is playing with a lot more flavor and flair, running the floor, finishing with the left hand on the break. But it's Rudy Fernandez that can either trigger your break by passing or finish. He's one of the most creative finishers in the association, coming off the window, always with a little spin off the window. Rudy and Martell Webster feeling bouncy and dialed in with that long-range jumper.
So one of the things we always talk about is who's shooting the basketball for this team. The field goal attempts at the half, 11 for LaMarcus Aldridge, 10 for Brandon Roy. Then you go to the bench, Rudy with 5, Martell with 4, so the bench contributing.
That's good distribution, and whenever you get balanced scoring or balanced field goal attempts, you stretch the defense.
So you look at the second half. Now do you feed Brandon Roy the ball early in the second half?
Now that you've softened up the defense, you let Brandon Roy come in with the over the top.
There you go. We like that stuff. Hey, when we come back, we'll look at the other games around the league tonight. In the West, Houston's playing. Utah's playing. We'll get you up to date with the scoreboard and take you out courtside for some of the festivities honoring the great teams of the 90s.
McDonald's Bacon and Cheese Angus 3rd Pounder. As if it wasn't enough to make it with a full 3rd pound of 100% Angus beef, they had the audacity to use, yes, a 3rd strip of bacon. Have they no shame? Angus Axiom number 39. It's an embarrassment of riches.
Bite into tangy barbecue with the new Chipotle Barbecue Bacon Angus 3rd Pounder. Juicy Angus beef and sizzling bacon smothered with Chipotle barbecue sauce.
One morning, driving to work, my car started making this noise. I drove to a local service station, and they told me I needed new brakes. I decided to have Les Schwab do the work instead.
How can we help you today?
When my car was up on the lift, they noticed there was just a rock stuck in my left caliper, and my brakes still had about 80% left, saving me almost $300.
Be safe.
Thank you is not enough, but I hope it will do. I'm Cecily Fleury, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
No, it's not easy to save with 3 grown boys.
Not just 3 boys, triplets.
3 cheeseburgers with fries, 3 football uniforms.
Go forward, come
on.
Guys, just take turns. Everybody get a chance to lean back. If we're fair.
3 college educations.
We showed them how online tools that come free with their Wells Fargo checking account could help them manage their expenses and save automatically. Times 3.
There you see, he's the 4th triplet.
Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
Why will you enjoy doing business with Rasmussen BMW? First of all, Rasmussen people. They work with you to get you the car you want at a price that works for you. And with Rasmussen's best price policy, you'll never have to worry about whether you got the best value possible. It's all part of Rasmussen BMW's legendary buying and ownership experience. Discover the Rasmussen difference. You'll find it only at Southwest Jefferson at 20th and RasmussenBMW.com.
This copyrighted telecast of the NBA may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise used without the express written consent of the NBA. Log on to NBA.com immediately following the game for live press conferences and video highlights.
Hey, it's the McDonald's halftime report. Bob Camby and Michael Holton with you. Blazers, of course, scoreboard watching, even if Nate says they're not. Utah, Chicago, Washington, Houston, Toronto Lakers, all of interest if you're following the West tonight. Let's get to the highlights, starting with the Houston Rockets and the Wizards in the nation's capital. Al Thornton had 15 points. Andre Blatch. And you think, hey, the Wiz are going to win this one.
Well, the Wiz have played better since the trade, and Houston has played not as well.
But Kevin Martin playing well. He had 21 points. And Luis Scola, who really misses Carl Landry, because he doesn't have anybody else to bang away inside with him, still gets his. 23 points, 10 rebounds. Houston with a road win, and they get back to the 500 mark, above the 500 mark, 96-88. Utah, Chicago. Are the Blazers and everybody else in the West going to get up some help from the Bulls? Derrick Rose with the J. Bad Brad Miller.
Former King.
But look who comes up big off the bench. C.J. Miles. A year ago, he was a rumor. Now he's helping. The Jazz showing some depth, and then the guy you'd expect, D-Will, goes to work. Hits the three-pointer. Utah 132-108, and now they're just a game behind Denver for the division lead. Miami, Charlotte. Dwayne Wade, 27 points. You can write that down every night. But the Charlotte Bobcats know that they're going to the playoffs, or are pretty sure about it. And now they are back at the 500 mark, the latest they've ever been in the season in the history of the franchise. Ray Felton keeps it going.
Well, Larry Brown can get a team off the canvas.
How about that? Charlotte in the trade, and frankly, the trades have worked out. They get Jackson, they get Tyrese Thomas, 83-78 the final. Indiana beat Philadelphia. Orlando beat the Clippers. You see the Houston final. Scola leading the way there. Miami, Charlotte. Bobcats win despite Dwayne Wade's 27. Utah wins in Chicago. Williams, nice double-double. Boston, Milwaukee. We'll show you this later in the post-game show. We knew this was trouble for Boston because Milwaukee, a very good home team, and the Celtics just don't have the killer instinct going right now. And Toronto and the Lakers needing to get back home. They have a 1-point lead in the second quarter. Well, tonight we are celebrating the decade of the 90s, another hardwood classic game, and Terry Porter and Jerome Kersey have been entertaining the crowd pregame and also here at halftime. They're speaking along with Bill Schonley out on the floor right now. Let's listen in to some of their comments on the great decade of the 90s.
Yes, I came from Stevens Point, a small town, so it was great to come at the NBA level to somewhat of another smaller market. This team, this community really embraced me when a lot of other organizations did not know anybody from Stevens Point, didn't trust that somebody from Stevens Point can come in and contribute the way I did. So, you know, from that standpoint, it was great to get to know this community, get to know the fans here, and I'm so thankful the way they embraced me and just cheered throughout my career.
So we had an opportunity to grow as a team, not only on the court like you talked about, but also as like a family unit. We got to know each other's relatives very well. There's no place we hardly went that we didn't have somebody's family embracing us, even on the road. And it always felt like, you know, you always had somebody in your got your back, even when you're playing away from home.
Jerome Kersey and Terry Porter, you played with both of these guys actually in the late 80s, but you know what kind of gentlemen these are and how well they fit into this community, this team.
Yeah, I played with them before they got real good and went to the finals. But both of those guys, great teammates and great friends of mine, and we've remained friends, and that's not always the case. But because of the quality that they are and the friendships that we built, two special guys. I wish I could be out there with them and give them both not a hug, but a what's up, a chest bump. Two special guys. I'm glad they're being honored.
Well, we like it. They give us so much time here in the studio. You see them as regular guests here on the Home Court Studio Show, and we're glad to have them. More to come. We'll take you back out courtside to Mike Barrett and Mike Rice for second half action. The Portland Trail Blazers, the Sacramento Kings. Michael and I will be back with the post-game show on Home Court. You're watching Portland Trail Blazers basketball on Comcast Sportsnet.
May I help you? Yes, we're looking to save on car insurance, even if that means we have to shop all day, right, honey?
Yep, all day.
Good thing you're starting here. We compare your Progressive Direct rate to other top companies, so you can save money. Look,
you saved a lot.
And quick, too.
And no more holding her purse.
It's a European shoulder bag.
It was a gift.
Shopping less and saving more. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Coming up tonight on Comcast Sportsnet. The NCAA regular season may have come to a close, but the postseason is just getting started. Top seeds and underdogs will battle it out on the hardwood to see who will move on to the next round and who will go home. It's Big Sky Basketball. Tonight on Comcast Sportsnet. Your home for Northwest Sports. Game on.
I'm a shrimp blogger. I've traveled the globe to find the perfect prawn. So when I found out Taco Bell had Pacific shrimp tacos with 6 succulent marinated shrimp, I had to try one immediately. The new Pacific shrimp taco, only at Taco Bell.
There's a moment at night when you gotta have fourth meal. Melty, crunchy, spicy, and grilled.
Oh, great.
Oh, not now.
Logan, no.
Oh, dang it.
Is this even yours?
Oh no! Good low prices on what you need today. Fred Meyer, what's on your list?
Hey. Celebrating 40 years of Portland Trailblazers basketball. Blazers basketball is being brought to you by your Northwest-grown, employee-owned Bi-Mart. Just right for the Northwest. By Spirit Mountain Casino, the Northwest premier entertainment destination. By Kia Motors. Kia, the power to surprise. And by Gatorade. It's the heart, hustle, and soul of the Trailblazers. That's G.
Halftime winding down at the Rose Garden tonight on 90s night, celebrating some of the teams of the 90s the Trailblazers had. Of course, a couple of finals runs in the 90s, and the Trailblazers hoping to keep Sacramento below 90 tonight, because when Portland does, it's usually a win. In fact, 40 straight wins when the Blazers hold their opponents to 88 or less, and they're certainly on track to do that tonight, with the Kings getting 42 in that first half. Welcome back courtside. Mike Barrett back with Mike Rice.
Well, Nate McMillan probably told them, look, I know we can score against this team, but they're scoring against us, and it all stopped in the second quarter. I thought it was really good. The Kings shot 44%. They were way higher than that in the first quarter. 3-point shooting, 1 for 4. So the Blazers did a nice job in turning around the game and only holding the Kings to 13 points. And a lot of it had to do with they had 6 offensive rebounds, only 1 in the second quarter. Turnovers, Blazers started a little sloppy, but then, boy, really came along. Assists, only 9. Only 2 assists for the Kings in that second quarter. And as you see, the scoring, 9
Landry and
10.
Roy leading the way with 10 apiece. LaMarcus Aldridge got off to the hot start. He was 3 of 3 in the early going, then went through a big drought, just couldn't hit him.
And Martell and Nick, 6 for 7. How do you get both of them in there?
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, Nate McMillan, he plays Batum 10 minutes and plays Martell Webster 9 as we revisit your Northwest Ford Store's keys to the game.
Well, they're right around 44%. If you can get it to 43, then you'll really win this ball game. 40 points, they have 19, so they're halfway to 40 points.
Well, it's being halftime. That's probably
right. And points in the paint. Blazers made a nice comeback in that category in the second quarter. Up till that time, the Kings were just dominating the Blazers when they took their nice lead.
Well, and Kia likes to help us get to know our Trailblazer players a little better. So let's take a look at tonight's Kia card.
Is it me?
No.
Oh, no.
Didn't we do one with you?
I think we did.
Martell Webster tonight.
Yeah, and changed his number from 8 to 23.
Yeah.
Everyone else is leaving 23. Martell's coming back to it.
That's right. LeBron James is going to leave 23, isn't he?
Yeah. And of course,
Yes,
he's
and the
Seattle
Power
Prep,
surprise.
along with Hawes. Two Seattle Prep guys in this game.
I think your merchandising people just say, would you change uniforms because we'll sell an amazing amount of jerseys because everybody has to get new ones.
Sure.
Well, the talk around the NBA among a lot of the players last couple of days has been the Andre Miller dunk in Denver. So if you didn't see it, was Andre, first time, he told us, first time in 3 years he's dunked. And it wasn't just a little squeak it over the rim dunk. He was off 2 feet without a dribble. In transition, there's the Blazer bench going crazy. Travis Diener in the middle. He's active again tonight, by the way. But I thought it was interesting to look at the fact that, and I mentioned Diener is active, but Patty Mills healthy, but Nate going with Diener as the active point guard. And there he is on the end of the bench. That tells you what the Blazers think of and what they need there in a veteran point guard who could come in if necessary and run a team. And not that Patty couldn't, but need a little bit more faith in a guy who's been there before.
Yeah, and you hit it right on the head, MB. I think we're going to see that the rest of the year, Diener being dressed. Nocioni starts the second half.
Didn't even play in the first half.
So it is more firepower and a bigger team in the lineup. Roy on Nocioni.
Interesting, though, they shift the strategy that much. Haas throws a wild shot. There's that Blazer defense, and they start the second half with a shot clock violation.
Yeah, they started off the game playing very well defensively, and then they were scoring so easy, the Blazers, that they kind of forgot about defense, and boy, the Kings just came charging back. They took a 7-point lead before Nate called timeout and really laid the law down.
Here's Andre posting up on Udrih, who already has 3 fouls. Skip far side, Batum steps inside for 2, and that silky smooth jumper is down again.
And Andre Miller, as soon as the double team came over, he looked for Nicholas immediately. Now that's showing respect for Nicholas's shot.
How about Webster and Batum, a combined 7 for 8 in the game. Back door goes Evans, who scores.
That used to be the old Sacramento offense. It was always inverted. The big guys played outside and passed the ball when they had Brad Miller. The little guys posted up, and you could do that with Tyreke Evans.
They'd like to get Aldridge reestablished, get his confidence back after the drought. Late first, early second. Batum works around, and it's stolen by Udrih. 2-on-2, make it 3-on-2 now. Udrih foul line jumper knocks it down.
That was a real lazy pass by Nicholas.
You don't see that very often out of him.
Yeah, he went down the baseline and he just kind of laid it right out there.
Now Batum going to go to work on Nocioni. He's going to find out. He knows it already, but Nocioni, a very physical defender.
Yeah, he'll bang you.
Aldridge, jump hook inside, and this time gets the roll.
Maybe that'll open it up now for L.A. He's got a big smile on his face, L.A. What do you go, 7 straight shots without a make?
Yeah, in the first half, after starting the half 3 of 3.
Yeah, and he got that nice and one that started him there in the end of the second quarter.
Pick and roll, Haas defended. Nice jump hook by Spencer Haas. 3 of 7, 7 points for him. 3 Kings in double figures.
That's where Tyreke Evans' game has improved. See how he worked that 2-man game. He had a lot of poise waiting for Haas to get open.
Aldridge, Miller, Batum, the extra pass to Roy on the baseline. Brandon still doesn't have that jumper dialed in right now. Struggled in Denver. So far in this game, 5 of 11. But that's his bread and butter, that mid-range 15, 18-footer. Here's Landry. Taking Aldridge baseline, got LaMarcus in the air, and then finished. A nice offensive move by Carl Landry. 12 for him in this ball game. 6 of 10 shooting. And the Kings, after having the shot clock violation to start the half, have had some nice possessions offensively.
Yeah, and it's going into Landry. They're really, and you've got to stay with him.
Miller goes up and under, couldn't get it to fall. Haas knocks it out of bounds. It's going to be Portland ball. And Joe DeRosa says, I know. I just pointed the wrong way.
Yeah, Joe didn't know. The crowd started yelling. The other referees had a terrible look in their eye. And Joe DeRosa changed his call. But Joe's good. He knows if he made a mistake, he won't change it. Boy, I'd like Nicholas just to work on Nocioni. He'll leave you
They want Roy to work on Evans. Again, his mid-range jumper off. And the rebound, no Sione, so Sacramento coming with a more physical style. Interesting, though, that as Evans, strong move. Rebound tipped out by Camby, picked up by Aldridge. On the move, and he'll jam.
Boy, Udrih did not have a chance to catch it. That shows you how quick and how fast Aldridge can get from half court to the basket. Udrih just looked and said, forget it. I'll call the play for the next one.
Foul going to be on Batum. He says, hey, how about no Sione?
It always gets bump and grind when no Sione goes in the game. He gives
it Aldridge.
Yeah, look at that.
About 3 strides to the other end.
Big basket for the Blazers, too. They were about to just have only a 4-point lead. So that was a big turnaround.
Udrih wouldn't take the open 3. Takes a tougher 2, but hits again. Dano Udrih, 6 of 7, 13 points.
I could never
in this ball game. He's so efficient.
I could never see why San Antonio gave him up, because he was, solid backup point guard to Tony Parker. He changes the way the game is played when he goes in versus Parker.
Skip pass corner, Miller 3, short on that. Rebound Udrih, and here come the Kings, 2-on-1. Evans with Haas. Takes it around and scores on Batum. So timeout. Portland as the Kings come right back. It was Andre Miller he scored around. But Sacramento on a little 8-2 run, forcing McMillan to reevaluate.
History is full of wars, fought for 100 reasons. But this war, well, I want to believe that every step across that airfield, every man I lose, that it's all worthwhile because our cause is just.
You better get mean.
You have to go out there tomorrow.
Imagine having an internet service that lets you video chat at the dog park.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, I'm at the dog park.
Or check in on your kids from your commute. Well, now it's entirely possible, thanks to Clear. Clear has built a brand new 4G WiMAX network that turns Portland into one big hotspot. So you can get online in more places. Choose the Clear plan that's right for you. Home, mobile, or both. With plans as low as $30 a month. Just call or visit portland.clear.com today. With Clear, you can play an online game outside. Or watch live HD sports on a bus. That's because Clear is 4 times faster than internet from a cell phone company. Clear internet plans are as low as $30 a month. Get yours today. Clear. Super fast mobile internet.
Back here inside the Rose Garden, sold out for the 105th consecutive time. Blazers by 4 over the Kings. We revisit tonight's steal of the game. Guarantees you first access to season tickets for next season. Call now and sign up to be next in line. Not only will you have first access to season tickets, but you'll also get 10% off all merchandise to the fan shop for the remainder of this year, and you'll get 2 300 level tickets to an upcoming game. All this for $99. Only 100 packages are available. So call 503-797-9600 or visit trailblazers.com now to order.
Well, the Kings have just as many points in this third quarter already as they did in the whole second quarter. 1 difference. So the Kings came out thinking about scoring, and the Blazers offense really has disappeared.
Not a good pass inside. Camby had it knocked away. He was tentative for Roy. Here's a quick 3-on-2. Udrih, boy, he missed one finally, but Landry grabs the offensive rebound. Landry, tip pass by Camby. Was anything spilled over there, wine or anything? I don't think she was holding anything. That's amazing.
Got those Levi's with the hole in the knees.
Those are very expensive. They're not Levi's necessarily, but I understand.
Yeah, they. Where I was from, they'd say they'd throw those away. Man, you should get new pants.
You don't even want to know what she paid for those. Landry, catch and shoot at the elbow, hits it. So Carl Landry, 14 to lead all scorers in the game.
And I'll tell you, they are playing very inspirational basketball right now as far as passing to each other, using each other as pick and rolls.
Miller through the middle. He's looking for the foul, didn't get it. And here comes Nocioni. Underneath Roy and missed the shot. Brandon, good job not to foul there, and Blazers nearly throw it away. Boy, if the Kings had had anybody back there, they'd have had an easy turnover. 14-6 in the quarter. This is just like the first quarter. Blazers get off to the quick start. Kings come bouncing down. Aldridge long with the jumper. Evans the rebound. Another breaking opportunity for Sacramento. Evans had it knocked away, I think, by Camby. Miller up ahead, 2-on-1. Aldridge and Batum. Nicholas scores, and he's fouled.
Boy, there's a big 4-point turnaround.
Yes.
Kings going down 3-on-2. Don't get the basket. Right there.
Look at Camby,
nice
quick
Camby, yeah, hands. Very nice by
And you know,
Camby.
for two big guys running the break, I feel comfortable having Batum and Aldridge out on a 2-on-1. Two guys that can handle the ball, both can pass it, both can finish.
Right, and finish. That's right. They can both really finish around the rim, so you're going to foul them like they did. And the Blazers, rather than having this game tie, now get a little breathing room, 5-point lead.
Batum 5 of 5, 12 points in this game. Foul on Miller. The hold on Udrih. Trying to run Andre off a pick.
And you can't go under that pick when Udrih fakes like he's going to go off the other side, and he'll pop back out and shoot that little jump shot on you. So you've got to fight through with him. Very clever player. As I said, San Antonio missed out when they let him go.
Think they'd like to have him right now?
Oh, yeah. Without Tony Parker in the lineup.
Landry given some room. Misses the jumper, and Batum. Boy, Portland's long in there with Aldridge, Camby, and Batum. Miller has it wrestled away. Nick Batum, fortunately, there for Portland. They're trying to go to Miller against Udrih. Andre bowls his way to the rim and scores. He said, I want a do-over on that. And took it right to the rack.
He had 4 Kings surrounding him. And somehow,
it's amazing.
He always is. Mr. Amazing. That should be his name.
Around that hoop. Oh, he steals from Udrih. Is he going to dunk? No, not this time.
He won't do it until 2014.
3 years between dunks for Andre Miller. But hey, he's got us expecting it now. That's his fault. Evans. Skip pass. Nocioni for 3, and he gets it. Big time bucket for Andres Nocioni, and that stops the bleeding and stops the Blazer run.
Nocioni will shoot the ball too. And sometimes he'll shoot you right out of the game, which he did the other day in a home game, and Tyreke Evans and him got really into each other.
Roy splits the double and gets fouled by Haas, so 2 free throws coming for him. Juwan Howard will check into the ball game. Look at Andre.
Oh, that was perfect.
Now watch and see. You think the Blazer bench was thinking a repeat of Denver? Watch, they're thinking, is he going to dunk it? No, I guess not.
And the 2 youngest guys that really appreciate that, Dante Cunningham, of course, Pendergraph, they were waiting for it.
And Juwan Howard enters the game for LaMarcus Aldridge. They get Aldridge out a little earlier, and they'll leave Roy.
Yes.
And then by the time that Brandon needs rest, LaMarcus will likely be back in. That's how they've been doing it. And Brandon misses the second.
Once again, they put Nicholas on Tyreke Evans.
Not a lot of free throws attempted in this game for Portland, just 13 and 10 of 13.
And usually the Kings, that's what they're known for. They'll whack you.
Nocioni, all rejected by Camby. 3-pointer in the corner off the mark. Rebound Howard. What a block by Camby. A volleyball spike.
Sure was. Look at them back up, waiting for Miller. They closed that lane up.
Ooh. Entry pass to Roy. Wasn't expecting it. Brandon had it slapped away by Landry. Not the matchup he wanted in the post.
I think Landry really is going to be good for this team.
I mean, we talked about it earlier.
And Jason Thompson, of course, he was playing great basketball, and then he hurt his back, and he's been very limited his minutes.
Roy, 10-foot jumper out of the out-of-bounds play. That's exactly how it's drawn up.
Sure is. Very nice. And The Kings were acting like it was a movie, and they had to let him score.
Nocioni. Roy cuts him off. A blocking foul. Brandon Roy. Boy, moved the feet, got right in front. Everything you're supposed to do. Brandon very upset about that. So is the Blazer bench. This is good defense by Roy.
What you have to do is flop on that.
Right.
See, Brandon kind of stayed
Watch
with
this,
him.
though.
See, right there, he
Doesn't
should
reach,
have gone down.
Cut him off, and then a foul call. Boy, that is just good defense by Roy. That's a no call, worst case scenario. There you go. Camby draws the offensive foul. Nocioni didn't get you the first time, got you the second time.
Yeah, and you've got to know who you're playing against, and if you see a certain player put it on the ground, you know he'll be out of control. He's not a guy that can change his body into the air, so you step in front of him. That's veteran savvy. Oh, now Brandon has Udrih on him. Now back him in. Don't take anything.
Roy gets a pick. Juwan Howard left wide open from 20. Threw it up short. And the rebound, Nocioni, and here comes Udrih. Nocioni says, I'll shoot it if nobody else wants to. Landry, foul by Howard. Juwan gets his money's worth on fouls, that's for sure.
Boy, and Landry is just so strong. He just pinned Juwan Howard. Juwan couldn't do anything. And of course, Landry wants some kind of flagrant foul. He comes over and asks Andre, are you all right? He must have hit him.
Did you say a fragrant foul?
A fragrant. It's the one that smells.
I was going to say.
Yeah. And everything that blossomed the last 2 weeks probably has died in the last 3 days with this.
There's free throw guy.
Early March freeze. Yeah.
It was snowing on the way home from courtside last night.
Yeah, out in your area.
Yeah, it was snowing out in my area.
Yeah, they said Beaverton. They need a good snow out there.
It was 65 a couple of days ago, 66 and sunny, and got a little snow today.
I know it.
Or yesterday, excuse me.
That's Oregon.
All right, free throw guy. We need
free throw guy is.
He's already caused 4 misses. That's a new move to his repertoire. Did you see the shimmy?
Yeah, but I'll tell you, Landry usually in the fourth quarter is deadly from the foul line.
Landry's 84% anyway.
Yeah, anyway, in any quarter.
Under 3 to go here in the third. Sean May will check in next at ball.
Well, he hadn't had playing time.
Well, they just totally different lineups first half, second half. We didn't see Nocioni in the first half at all. Rudy had it poked away. Webster catch and shoot, going to be short. Martell ends up on his back. Now he's got to get back on defense. As Evans nearly put one up ahead to Nocioni, who was in the clear. Jason Thompson trying to give Evans a pick.
And he's moving. How come Sean Wright didn't see that?
Offensive foul. There we go. The moving pick is finally called by Sean Wright on Thompson. Took a little prodding.
Sure. He was standing in front of him.
2:23 left in the quarter. Blazers 8-point lead is Andre Miller. Nah, not this time.
Began with 600 applicants. We put them through 14 grueling mental and physical competitions, eliminating one each week to give us one ultimate adventure host. Who has what it takes? Tune in to find out who stays and who is asked to take a hike. If you happen to miss the premiere episode of Wanted Adventure Host, make sure to catch an encore presentation throughout the week on Comcast Sportsnet.
Fast, affordable mobile broadband? Get Cricket. Hurry, call 1-800-545-8162 or click mycricket.com/broadband for unlimited broadband, just $40 a month. Act now during our red tag sale and get this modem free. Internet for your desktop or laptop on America's most affordable 3G network with no contracts to sign and no overages. Call, click, or come in today and get this free modem, but only for a limited time. Get respect for your wallet. Cricket.
A slice of life from Stark's Vacuums. Starks Vacuums carries a complete line of Miele vacuums and appliances. Starks, with 9 convenient locations. Open weeknights till 7, weekends till 5.
2:23 left here in the third quarter. Blazers an 8-point lead over Sacramento. Kings hanging tough. Well, the Blazers want to know where in the world our fans are wearing their Blazers gear tonight. What is it, the Chipmunk? Oh, it's not the Chipmunk. It's Lucas Townsend at the Jemez Mountains in New Mexico just before fly fishing. Wearing his Blazers gear with a chipmunk. Is it on his knee or is it on his arm? Looks like it's hanging out on his arm, eating some nuts.
Yeah, it's behind him.
Well, congratulations to Travis Shaw, Section 225 season ticket holder since 2008. He renewed his tickets and won an all-expense-paid trip to see the Blazers take on the Lakers this week. Another season ticket holder who has renewed will be chosen to win a brand new 50-inch LG high-definition flat screen from Standard TV and Appliance.
Oh, nice gifts.
You can renew online at renew.trailblazers.com. And you get that Aldridge talking bobblehead. Roy short with the jumper. Out of the timeout, and the rebound, Tyreke Evans.
When the Blazers are getting 0 offensive rebounds with this bigger Kings team.
Getting out-rebounded by 6 in the ball game. Blazers don't get out-rebounded very often.
Yeah, they're playing big people with Nocioni in there.
Nocioni wouldn't take the 3. Cut off by Camby. Jason Thompson wide open for 2, and he hit it with the shot clock down to 3. Why are they doubling Nocioni on the baseline?
Well, they stopped him from penetrating, and then Martell should have left him back and got his man. Instead, he stood there, and like Jason Thompson is not a bad 12-foot jump shooter. So you've got to go back out on him. Just bad reaction.
Gonna run Rudy off a pick. Tyreke Evans is going to need a blow after all of this. Camby then hit him. Roy down the left side around 3. Kings scores, and he's fouled. Boy, Brandon looked like he was skiing the slalom there down the left side. There were white shirts coming at him.
That was very, very nice. Oh.
Paul Westphal didn't think so. Watch Roy, though, draw a crowd.
No, see that. Paul, if you had our view of the play, you wouldn't be standing up with
nice
that
crossover.
Very stylish haircut.
And Roy goes to the right-handed scoop. You don't hardly ever see Brandon finish right-handed.
Yeah.
Even though he is right-handed.
Yeah.
Oddly enough.
But he can. It's just that he's so strong with that left hand.
And another missed free throw. Brandon been struggling from the foul line. He's down to 78% for the year. 1 of 3 in this game. 10 of 14 as a team.
They have that big team, so Brandon has to check Nocioni.
Thompson again, this time off the mark. Rebound cleared inside by Howard.
Nice rebound. They put Sean May in there, so they really, this looks like they're going to 3 yards in a cloud of dust offense.
Roy, nice pass. Rudy kicks it. Webster, corner 3, good.
Well, that's what Brandon Roy can do. If he's not going to score, at least if he penetrates, he'll bring people to him.
Martell 4 of 6 off the bench with 11 points in 11 minutes.
It looks like it's January for Martell all over again when he had such a great month.
Yeah. Thompson rejected by Camby.
Oh, Camby threw that back. I think he blocked that with his armpit.
That would be a fragrant foul.
Yes, fragrance there.
Got a 6-second difference. Shot clock and game clock, maybe 7. Here's Roy going to go on Garcia. Posting him up, draws a crowd. May came to help. Howard, you're wide open. Juwan takes it inside. Had the ball knocked away. Still loose. Off of Thompson. No. Off of Portland, they say. Well, it looked like it was off Jason Thompson. Shot clock violation anyway. Here's the block.
Yeah.
And that's what Portland needed. That's why Marcus Camby is wearing red and black.
Yeah, you need help like that in there. Those are all baskets that he's taken away from the Kings. Now the bigger Martell Webster goes on Tyreke.
Evans didn't get it.
Man, big for the Blazers.
Well, Sacramento led it by 4 after 1. Blazers by 10 at halftime, and they will take an 11-point lead. To quarter number 4 here at the Rose Garden, trying to pick up win number 38 on the season. Blazers 73, Kings 62 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Dad?
Yeah.
Can you help me earn 2 badges? Sure. What's the first one?
Thriftiness.
Well, that's easy. Right now, we can offer 2 biscuit sandwiches for only $3. Warm buttermilk biscuits with bacon, egg, and cheese, or sausage, egg, and cheese. That's a lot of food for $3.
Cool.
So what's the second batch?
Dad, it's supposed to be an apple.
It's all fruit, son.
I'm Mark, and this is my wife, Donna. 2 new Toyotas. That's what we're looking at for this weekend.
Your loyalty has helped make us the #1 car brand in America. So we're offering you our biggest thank you ever. Right now, you can get some of our best deals. See your Toyota dealer and get 0% APR financing for an amazing 60 months on 8 of your favorite Toyota models. Or choose $2,500 cash back on the new 2010 Tundra.
Nothing surprises me anymore. I always knew he'd return. Scorcher. I knew he'd be back for more. I guess some old souls never learn. Luckily, I never get tired of teaching. Defending comfort is my calling. I am Bryant Man.
Qualify for up to an $1,100 rebate and up to a $1,500 tax credit. Go to Bryant.com.
Half the calories all day. Half the calories all day.
I'm gonna float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I'm gonna float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Sting like a bee.
Half the calories all the day. I know that's right.
And we head to quarter number 4. Blazers over the Kings by 11. And Wells Fargo, the official financial partner of the Trail Blazers. Together we'll go far. Let's also go to the next game. And that will be Friday against these same Kings in Sacramento. Of course, Blazers take on Golden State Thursday night. That'll be a TNT game. Rice and I not allowed to participate. No. We'll have a hot dog and a beer in the stands.
Oh, it sounds good. And we've really got to do a lot of cheering to break that string of defeats in San Francisco.
Rudy turns the corner to start the 4th and just threw it up too hard. Nice move. Usually finishes that shot.
Yeah, that's his floater. He practices all the time.
La Bamba.
He was right there. What is it? The La Bamba.
La Bamba.
La Bamba. Wasn't that a group?
No, it was a song.
Oh, a song.
Evans. Garcia wide open, and that's a big start to the 4th for Sacramento. A quick 5-point turnaround as Rudy misses the floater inside, and the Kings end up with a 3, and all of a sudden you've got an 8-point game.
Well, they had 8 assists in the first half. They already have 8 assists in this second half, so they are passing the basketball much better, the Kings, and the Blazers not reacting as much.
Rudy calling out what he wants. Not sure anybody understood him. He goes baseline, misses again. That's Portland ball out of bounds. No, Kings save it. Good hustle on the baseline by Garcia.
Boy, watch Evans now. It takes 2 people to stop him when he starts dribbling there.
Open shot, Sean May, long 2, and he drills that. I'd like to say that that's a shot May knocks down normally, but he hasn't been playing much.
This is their version of the big lineup. They've got weight, height, everything against the Blazers right now. So the Blazers really have to move that ball from side to side to get these big guys moving.
Aldridge hit by Thompson. Hit the shot and the foul. No, wave it away, says David Guthrie. A potential 3-point play off the board, and we go the other way.
Man, that's a big call right there. Let's see what happens here. He's kind of moving with him now.
Yeah, elbow came out a little bit.
Yeah, but he was moving away from the basket.
There was contact initially, but then LaMarcus, your arm comes out that far, it's going to go the other way.
Does Guthrie have a high number on his back?
No, it was a good call by David.
I want to see his number first before I agree.
Number 60.
Oh, that's high.
Evans in the middle 3, and the key is Sean May in the middle, and he hits the shot. May was in there about 6 seconds. 7-0 to start the quarter. And the Trail Blazers, who all year have had trouble holding leads at home, having the same issue here tonight.
They're switching on all cross picks. Now it's up to Bayless to take advantage of that.
Bayless inside. Blazers getting looks, just not hitting anything. Webster for 3. That's short. And all of a sudden now the little pressure on these outside shots. May hit and is fouled. And the memories of the games that I'm talking about, not holding leads at home, start to creep back in on every missed shot by the Trailblazers. Again, they've had high percentage looks. And Sean May has only been to the free throw line 24 times this entire season, 67%.
And they've got Garcia in there with Dante Green, Tariq Evans, so they have a big backcourt. And so they're making it difficult for the Blazers to get into that lane, and they're giving them shots. But the Blazers, the last 4 or 5 minutes, really have gone cold. And the Kings have taken advantage of that with this bigger lineup.
Sean May was available to just about anybody. Portland worked him out this summer.
Yeah, he's had injury problems his whole career, and then he put on some weight once he was injured.
The 11-point Portland lead at the quarter break is long gone. It's 3 now. And Portland having trouble getting into any kind of an offense. Rudy gets it back. Shot clock at 5. There's another one that won't fall. Boys had 3 right around the rim in the last few minutes. All halfway down, wouldn't stay. The Kings back looking to draw closer. Garcia fouled. I think it was high on. He kind of went high with an elbow on Juwan Howard. He started to get into Juwan's face and remembered who he was talking to.
Yeah, right.
Watch the elbow right there, and Juwan says, "Hey, wait a second. Do you know who you're dealing with here?" And Garcia's like, "You're right. I'm sorry. My bad."
He did, too. He immediately, it was like someone had a crowbar with it.
Evans, right to the rim, takes Webster underneath and scores. That's a 10-0 Sacramento lead. Blazers still no timeout.
Well, they're trying to play out of it, and the Blazers just aren't hitting shots. So look how they're into that lane.
Juwan, they're just taking shots at him through the middle, and Howard raises his hands like, finally, a whistle. Is on that right side. May was just chopping that wood. And 2 free throws for Juwan. When we come back, he'll try and stop the bleeding here as we've got a game again.
A couple years ago, Les Schwab saved my...
Rose Garden, 8:37 left. Sacramento 4 of 4 in the quarter. Blazers 0 for 5. That's how you see an 11-point lead go up in smoke in less than 4 minutes. Aflac trivia question. Blazers had 3 All-Stars during the 90-91 season. Can you name them all?
Clyde Drexler,
yes.
Terry Porter.
Yes.
And Duckworth.
Yes, Kevin Duckworth, the late Kevin Duckworth.
Sure.
And Rick Adelman was the coach for the West in that ball game. The Blazers won 63 games. This a moment ago on a 3 that our statistician Doug Carter said he didn't think should be a 3. And there you see the foot on the line or close to it by Garcia. Officials didn't care to look at it on replay, but that looked awfully close.
Yeah, usually they will look at that at the quarter break.
Blazers still over the quarter.
That's why you have to break the ice somehow.
I was just going to say, you wonder how long it'll be until Nick Batum comes back in. And Brandon Roy is back in there as well.
Yeah,
you can't mess around with a game like this if you're Portland. They already have, letting that 11-point lead vanish in a hurry. And remember, you got to play this team again on Friday night, only in Sacramento.
And they've had great success in starting this 4th quarter with the big lineup. So you know the Blazers are going to see some bigness down there in Sacramento come, is it Friday or Saturday? Friday.
Evans holding, shot clock already down to 10. Thompson out top against Aldridge. Evans gets it back. Batum on him now. Trying to take Nick inside, floated it up short. Evans among 3 red shirts gets it back. Thompson then runs down Batum, blocking foul, score the basket. Chance for the Kings to take a lead. Their last lead was at 33-31. That's how long ago it's been.
Boy, I just seen that was great defense.
Boy, out of control a little bit, Thompson. Not sure if Nick was there, but normally you get that call.
And you should get the rebound. I mean, you got to. You know,
three Blazers standing there and just get out hustled to the ball, and that's the reliance perhaps too much on the home court that's been an issue all year.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with the defense or the no call, but the Blazers just let them.
Aldridge gets hit hard. No call again, and Nate McMillan is a couple of steps out onto the floor. $7:50 left for the ball game now. Blazers trying to go inside and be physical and initiate, but all of a sudden now you're in a position where accidents can happen late in the ball game, and you've lost control.
They're really running people off of picks now with this big lineup.
Boy, Tyreke Evans got away with a step there. Three-pointer in the corner. Garcia. Howard the rebound for Portland.
Blazers trying to push it up.
Pushing tempo. Drops it. Aldridge couldn't handle the pass. And a foul in the backcourt by Juwan Howard.
And that was smart because they would have had a layup down at the other end.
Dante Green says clear path foul. It's not going to be. Sean Wright is going to try to talk David Guthrie into this, but the Blazers were out at midcourt. This should not be a clear path violation.
It could be now, simply because they had a man. They fouled them back, but they had a man wide open down court.
As Haas going to check back in, Garcia in as well, and Sean May. Boy, May gave good minutes there. Didn't play at all in the first half, but a nice shift for him.
And here comes Mr. Fourth Quarter, Landry, in the ball game.
And Marcus Camby will check in for Juwan Howard for Portland.
When he was with Houston, Landry and Brandon Roy were in the top 5 in scoring in the fourth quarter. Brandon missed those 15 games with the hamstring injury, and so he went out of the picture. But Landry is still there with foul shots and field goals in the fourth quarter.
Evans takes it baseline, blocked by Camby. Miller trying to pick it up and does. Blazers 3-on-1, 3-on-2. Miller down the right side, missed the shot, blocked, picked up by the Kings. Blazers do not have a field goal in the quarter. They have 1 point. Garcia gets it back in the key a long time and finally tied up. Blazers are 0 for 7 in the fourth quarter, and this is crunch time in the NBA's regular season.
Yeah, that's.
And watch on the save, Garcia. Look at and Green is out of bounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
The guy that was out of bounds was the guy that caught the pass, Green.
And Garcia, what kind of a toss was that for a jump ball? Green for 3. Round and out. Roy the rebound. Miller was going to go up with Aldridge. You might have.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been good.
Just about double dribbled that pass after they reconsidered it. Roy going to go on Landry. Open man is Camby. 10-foot jumper. Finally. And that wasn't easy.
No. All right, now the Blazers need to stop. They've got to show them.
That's Portland's first field goal of the quarter. 1 of 8. Halfway through the quarter, nearly.
6 minutes.
And this just in, that Sacramento's not a good defensive team. Evans threw it away. Batum stepped in front. Thompson picked it up. Batum on his side poked it loose. That ball's live. Now going to be a shot clock violation. Didn't hit the rim. A little dose of Nick Batum and some defense. Stopping things for Sacramento. Always in the right place at the right time. Batum, but 5:55 left. Blazers lead it by only 2.
No, it's not easy to save with 3 grown boys.
Not just 3 boys, triplets.
3 cheeseburgers with fries, 3 football uniforms.
Go forward.
Come on.
Guys, just take turns. Everybody get a chance to lean back. It was fair.
3 college educations.
We showed them how online tools that come free with their Wells Fargo checking account could help them manage their expenses and save automatically. Times 3. There you see, he's a 4th triplet.
Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
Well, the Trailblazers have totally let the Kings have new life in this quarter when they were hoping they could be stepping on a throat and ending a game. Not the case. 2-point game. Take a look at the Coors Light Freeze play tonight. It involves who? Brandon Roy? Mike Rice? It usually does.
It involves how to stop the other team's superstar, Brandon Roy, and what Brandon Roy can do about it. He cuts through, he gets a pass, let's freeze it right there. 4 Kings surround him. No way he's going to get anything off, so he kicks to the corner. A wide open Martell Webster. No one within 10 yards of it. And that's how Brandon Roy can solve the double and triple teaming.
Well, the Blazers have turned up the defense last couple of minutes. Now they need some offense. It's been dreadful here in the quarter. Roy doubled again. Batum thought about the 3. Shot clock at 7. Brandon draws a crowd again, throws the ball at the rim. He'll shoot free throws.
Well, I think it's going to be a battle here. Now, the Kings aren't used to using Landry like Houston Rockets were. The Blazers, of course, are going to go to Roy over and over again to let him create and see what he can do about setting someone else up or himself. Whereas Landry's not getting the ball. Boy, when he was with the Rockets, and I tried to talk right through Brandon, not thinking about him missing another foul shot.
1 of 4 at the free throw line.
And these are big. I mean, these are possessions that you can't get back.
Portland 12 of 18 from the free throw line in this game.
They
well below their average.
They have to go to Landry now. I mean, I'm sure they know his history.
Udrih, with Miller, hit by a big pick. Jumper out top by Haas is long. Rebound pulled down by Roy.
Oh, a nice help out by Roy. Landry really had Camby pinned in there.
Miller holding. Fakes beat Udrih inside. Missed the lane. Tapped up and in by Camby.
Oh, those are big.
Marcus Camby has Portland's only 2 field goals this quarter.
You wouldn't think that.
No. And if you did think it, you know it'd be a tight game.
Yes.
Hand off. Oh, that ball was dancing around on Garcia's head. Garcia swooping hook shot, banks it in.
Well, Garcia was a great scorer at Louisville. And he had some injuries, and they had Kevin Martin, so they didn't use him as much. But he's playing crunch time tonight.
Roy. Landry tried to switch on. Andre Miller wouldn't take the long 2. Shot clock is at 6. Andre sees that to the middle. Wild shot hit it at the foul line. Tried to draw the foul, and I think that was the only thing he was really trying to do.
Yeah, he was trying to draw the foul.
Threw the ball at the rim, it went down.
Andre getting through the picks now.
They're looking for Garcia on that baseline. There it is. Now he's got it. Garcia, far side, they swing it. Udrih open 3. Air ball. Man. He just hurried and he had Andre Miller closing on him. It'd have been better off to see Garcia chuck that up on the baseline, but here's Andre's shot. And he did draw a little body, but wrong foot and everything. Throws it up at the rim and gets it to fall. Andre, 12 points in the game.
And Roy continues to have it, and Landry doesn't at the other end.
Garcia all over Brandon, knocks it away. Foul Aldridge to stop the fast break. Brandon tried to go behind his back and just lost control. And Portland now in the penalty. Sacramento nowhere near it. Carl Landry in the 4th quarter is just about automatic at the free throw.
Absolutely, and he gets there a lot. Not that the Kings have tried to get him there or tried to get him the ball. It's just that he got that loose ball from Brandon. Maybe Brandon should come off a pick in the fourth quarter to get it a down pick or curl a little bit. Looks like they're pretty ready for him to be out front with the pick and roll.
As we said earlier, when the Blazers last season, of course, were 34-7 on the home court. If they had a team they should be down by double digits, they would put the hammer down. And for whatever reason this season, I don't know if it's a desire for dramatic finishes or what, the Blazers have let opponents hang in ball games like this. And this should not be a surprise to anyone who is here tonight with the way this game is going.
They're 20-13 this year at home, 34-7 as you said.
Boy, Batum nearly had that knocked away by Evans. Well, Tyreek Evans playing some D now. Roy back to Batum. He swoops it in. Beautiful. Nick Batum, 6 of 6, 14 points.
Yeah, 6 for 6. And he's checking their best player, Tyreek Evans.
Camby poked it away, dove to the floor, trying to save it. He calls a timeout, and he gets it. The big-time hustle by Camby. He just wanted it a little more than Spencer Haas did. That ball was loose out for anybody to grab, and it was Camby who sold out.
Yeah, good job.
Take a look at this. Watch him knock it away, and Haas is going to go pick it up, and Camby busts right through the middle. 3:05 left. That's a veteran move.
That's a great move.
Many will hear the calling.
Move it! Yes, sir!
Few will earn the title United States Marine. The few, the proud Marines.
At Weimar, we work hard to save you money every day on the everyday items you need and use all the time. That's why we offer you owner's choice values like these. Update your camping gear with a Coleman sleeping bag for just $24.89. Choose from your favorite Mars candy bars. They're 2 for just 99 cents. Stock up on Arm & Hammer cat litter. It's only $5.88. Stay on the road and save on Valvoline motor oil for just $2.99 a quart. Owner's choice values, another way to save more every day at Weimar, just right for the Northwest.
Okay, so every truck is trying to spin, bend, and slice the stats their way. They're claiming the best this, the highest that, the most of something else. Look, here's the most important stat of all. For the 33rd straight year, more people put their hard-earned money on a Ford pickup than any other truck. Ford F-150, Ford Super Duty, best-selling for 33 years.
Get a 2010 F-150 with up to $5,500 cash back. Go to CompareFord.com, then visit your Northwest Ford stores today.
Bob Camby and Michael Holton on the home court studios. The post-game report is coming up. Fourth quarter, somebody had to step up and be a hero, and we're seeing Marcus Camby, Nick Batum, Brandon Roy starting to push the button.
Seeing Brandon Roy as the playmaker. Usually we see him as the shot taker, but in this situation, plays through him. Nicholas Batum doesn't quit on his cut. Brandon Roy turns faces and finds him. That's two-man basketball.
And one way or another, Brandon Roy is trying to drag this team back on top. Let's get you back courtside.
All right, thanks, guys. Nothing has been easy in this ballgame for Portland other than the first 3 minutes of the game. But you talk about making plays in crunch time, it's becoming more often than not Nick Batum, Brandon Roy, and they do it there. Then the hustle by the veteran Camby. Pokes it away from Haas and then just out-hustles him to the ball.
Yeah, you got to want to win games. And the Blazers, it's a must-win, believe me. A below 500 team at home you do not want to lose to when you're only 3 up in the loss column for the 8th spot in the West playoffs.
Roy, they leave a double. Batum for 3, around and out. Rebound Evans.
Boy, they had 3 men waiting for Brandon Roy. And Nate is yelling about illegal defense.
Wow.
And I don't blame him.
Quick timeout for Westfall with still 2:41 left. They use a full here.
Huh. Very peculiar.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Blazers still by 5.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Tatiana Archer here at the Rose Garden talking about dreams. Evan.
I want to be on the Portland Trail Blazers. I will dribble, dunk, do tricks, and score just like the real deal.
At Metro, we can't help you be on the Portland Trail Blazers, but we can help you have a great night's sleep so you can keep dreaming to be one.
Ellie, what do you dream about?
Being a cheerleader!
Thank you for joining us, and remember, dreams make the future. This is Tatiana signing out.
If we can't beat the price on any comparable mattress, the mattress is free.
And back at the Rose Garden in Portland, it's a 5-point game, 2:41 left. As the Trailblazers being outscored in the quarter 16-10, and again a peculiar timeout called by Westphal early there with 2:41 left. He must have seen something, a mismatch he wants to try and exploit.
There's no doubt he wanted to make sure he took advantage of something that, and I think it's Landry. I think he called that timeout just to let him know we need to get the ball into Landry.
Camby is on Landry right now. They're preparing for a switch. They don't. Batum comes out. Yes, they do. Camby is on Landry now. That's why they started the matchups the way they did. Evans has it, 5 to shoot. Evans working on Batum. Through the middle. Scoops it at the rim. No. Boy, Nick Batum and Marcus Camby laying some D down here in the quarter.
Boy, and they are the reason that they're not getting... They wanted to get Landry the ball off of pick and rolls 3 different times, and the Blazers wouldn't have it.
Roy, top of the key, got it. Been a tough night, couple of games for Roy, but that one he drops down. 18 for Brandon.
Well, that time no pick and roll. They spread it out. Let Brandon go against Garcia, straight one-on-one.
Cut off by Aldridge is Landry. Evans tries the middle, then to Landry. Traveled with the ball.
Well, at least they're following Westfall's direction on getting Landry the ball.
Take a look at Roy last trip. This is just...
See, no pick and roll. They let Garcia out on an island by himself. They're doing it again. No picks.
And Garcia had to back off, of course, fearing the drive. And now here's same setup. Baseline 1-4. Roy up top against Garcia by himself. Ooh, Miller wide open underneath. They can't find him. Batum hit by Evans. Fouled. That's so wise of Batum. He could have taken the open 3, but he saw a man flashing, a chance to pick up a foul. First in the last 2 minutes on Sacramento. It gives him a few more seconds on the shot clock. 8 more seconds,
sure. And first foul and they get to run a little time. So see, they're clearing it out. I like this idea.
Roy fouled by Garcia. Free throws coming. Although it has been no day at the beach for Brandon at the foul line.
Yeah.
He's 2 of 5 at the line.
And I thought they played pretty good defense on that pump fake by Roy. I really thought that was a no call. And you got a quick little, not a real heavy on the whistle, just a.
Are you saying it's kind of a hesitant whistle?
Maybe not.
Not the most confidence behind that?
Nate's been up on his feet. He's going to yell at me. Oh,
I'll tell you what.
That's
2 of 6.
It's almost a hack of Roy.
You know what I mean? No, I don't know what you mean. I refuse to comment.
All right.
78% shooter on the season for Brandon.
And
Mr. Crunch Time, but it just has been off the mark for him. Even the ones he's hit have kind of drawn a good piece of iron as Batum gets hit by Garcia. But a 3-possession game now for Portland, trying to restore some order and finally put this away. Garcia, hesitation, move on Roy. Camby races into the foul line. Oh, how nice is it to have Marcus Camby back tonight?
Nicholas Batum and Camby have set the stage for defense in this game. Oh,
Camby with 4 block shots in this game.
My tooth was starting to hurt in the middle of the 4th quarter, but it's gone away.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You still have your real teeth? Miller stepped on the sideline. And a timeout, Paul Westphal.
Now this timeout they should have called.
It is a full timeout. 44.9 left. Blazers by 8.
And yes, they are my teeth.
Didn't think you heard that.
You're ready for the big game. Is your TV ready to play?
Come to Standard TV and Appliance with a huge selection of HD TVs and more at the lowest prices. The best brands, Sony, Samsung. Get the thrill of 3D TV now at Standard with a 60-inch 3D ready Mitsubishi 1080p for just $9.99. Take it from me, Bill Shanley. For the best prices on electronics, appliances, and more, hurry into Standard TV and Appliance.
Who makes the most fuel-efficient midsize cars in the world? Ford. Fusion and Mercury Milan hybrids get an amazing 41 miles per gallon in city driving. How about the world's most fuel-efficient SUVs? Ford Escape and Mercury Mariner hybrids at 34 mpg. Right now at Landmark, we have a special allocation of more than 20 hybrids, but they always sell quickly, so see us today at Landmark Ford Lincoln Mercury in Tigard. We're just off I-5 at the Haines Street exit. Get more, spend less.
Well, the Trailblazers have won 40 consecutive games when holding opponents to 88 or less, and they're going to do that again tonight, and they're very likely going to make it 41 consecutive. Nicholas Batum, you know, you talk about Portland being good in close games as of late, and a big reason why is Batum's playing.
Yeah, he gives you something on both ends. And watch on Evans here. Look at this. See, and that's good. While Evans has to reverse dribble twice, that gives the Blazers big guys time to zero in on him. If he just goes off the dribble and doesn't have to reverse dribble or go behind his back, then the bigs don't have a chance to get there. Nicholas gave him a chance.
Evans blocked by Camby, number 5. Blazers, they'll throw it away off of David Guthrie's foot. Then Roy says, I'm going to put an end to this nonsense. And Miller's foul. By the way, Rebecca Harlow not with us tonight, so I will be handling post-game interview opportunities. Rebecca's down doing the Pac-10 tournament.
Yeah, the game tomorrow, she'll have the Oregon Ducks and Washington State game.
Yes, that's where she is tonight.
Yeah. Now, Rebecca has set the standards pretty high. I want you to be able to continue those standards. Now, how are you going to get out there? How are you going to get out there?
How do I always get out there?
You're going to dive over this?
Like I do on the road every time.
That's good.
Hurdle the table.
Yeah.
It's a little steeplechase, 1 foot up and over. Yeah. By the way, it's the second time in 2 weeks I've used the term steeplechase in a broadcast. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. Well, the Blazers now will be 10 over 500. And
again.
Houston won tonight. So that's a big win for.
Sure is. I thought Washington might give them trouble. They've been playing well as of late.
Yeah.
And for all those teams are in the situation that we've been in the last few nights, watching this one going, come on, Kings, help us out.
Yeah, I'm sure Houston really.
Score the bucket on the foul.
Boy, it looked like he leaned right into him.
Marcus Aldridge, I'm not even sure he really bought the fake. He just kind of stopped. Watch this here. Oh, yeah, he did. That's a good call. Tyreke Evans, does he remind you some of Brandon Roy, the way he plays?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Evans will improve that jump shot just like Brandon has.
He'll be really tough.
Miller slips around. A couple of Kings lost the ball. Got it again. Shot clock is off. Portland will not have to shoot. And they will get the victory here. It wasn't easy. No. And they will hold an opponent who's been averaging 101 a game to 81. 20 below their season average. And that's 41 straight wins when holding an opponent below 88.
And you can bet Sacramento thinks they might be the better team. And when the Blazers play them Friday in Sacramento, that'll be a tough game because of the results of this game tonight. And my partner's got to corral Marcus Camby. He has. All right. Anytime you're ready, partner.
All right, thank you, Coach Rice. Marcus, big win tonight. It didn't come easy for you at all times after a pretty quick start, but what did it take down the stretch?
It was real tough. Going down the stretch, we just talked about getting consecutive stops. Sacramento's an explosive team. You know, they can have a cold quarter like the second quarter and come out in the third and put some points on the board. But I think guys going down the stretch locked up, took individual pride on defense, and we was able to pull away with a win.
If your ankle was bothering you, you couldn't tell much in that second half.
I was just going on adrenaline and just getting out the sixth man, which is our crowd. We have a great fan base there.
You knew this started a stretch of 3 straight games. Of course, another one against Sacramento coming up Friday against teams you guys got to beat in this playoff stretch.
Yeah, in order for us to be where we want to be at the end of the year, these are the type of games Coach always stressed as business games. Approach it business. It wasn't pretty tonight, but we got the win.
Now, coming up, Golden State, you haven't been around for it very long, but the Blazers don't have a whole lot of success at Golden State. That comes up Thursday.
I haven't had much success when I was the Clippers either, so Golden State is a tricky team. They play small ball. They shoot the ball particularly well, so we have to definitely move our feet come on Thursday night.
And lastly, lengthwise, you, Batum, and Aldridge in the fourth quarter. That's a tough defense to go against for offenses. Kings found that out tonight.
Yeah, and since I first got traded here, when I sat down with Coach, he told us that he liked our length across the front court like that, and hopefully he can continue. Nixon, a great player. He surprised me. I didn't really know how good he was, but hopefully he can continue to play well.
Thanks, Marcus. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
All right, Marcus Camby, 5 block shots tonight for him, and he leads the way defensively along with Nicholas Batum and LaMarcus Aldridge down the stretch. As he said, wasn't easy tonight, but it doesn't have to be. Blazers still get the victory, 88-81. Back to wrap it up from the Garden after this.
Hasn't won at Golden State since November of 2004.